Calls are growing louder for Democrats to push Virginia Attorney General candidate Jay Jones off the Democratic ticket after violent text messages from 2022 surfaced where Jones wished death on a rival and his children. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin saying his language is, quote, beyond disqualifying. Jones apologizing Friday, saying, quote, reading back those words made me sick to my stomach. I'm embarrassed, ashamed, and sorry. I've reached out to Speaker Gilbert to apologize directly to him, his wife Jennifer, and their children. I cannot take back what I said. I can only take full accountability and offer my sincere apology. Well, Democratic Virginia Governor candidate Abigail Spanberger condemning him, saying, I spoke frankly with Jay about my disgust with what he said and texted. I made clear to Jay he must take full responsibility for his words. I will always condemn violent language in our politics. Well, Virginia Beach Democrats responding to Jones, partially saying the Virginia Beach Democratic Committee reaffirms its full support of Jones for Attorney General. We're lined up, 10 toes down, ready to organize, mobilize, and deliver voters for Jay and our entire Democratic ticket. Recent press may have spotlighted past mistakes, we say. Let those without sin cast the first stone. The VDBC is calling on all Virginians to line up behind Jay Jones. Well, look, Maria, he's got endorsements from Senator Cory Booker, 2 former Virginia governors, several current and former Congress members. I'm sorry, Maria, but at the end of the day, when you read through these messages, whether he denies some or he apologizes for some, Maria, there's something just wrong with anyone that would call for violence against the children and death to their opponents. It is awful. There's no way he can be Attorney General. I'm sorry.
And this is exactly what we're talking about, the rhetoric from the Democrats. And here it is in black and white on text, Mike.
Maria, this is absolutely disgusting, but this is the Democrat Party. Okay, their religion is their politics. They are interested in power at all costs. Yeah. Okay, the reason why they aren't coming in from, if this was a Republican, every Republican would be demanding this resignation. The pressure would be coming from every single direction. Most Democrats, they don't even care. They'll say, well, maybe not his best moment. But look, they want power. They want you dead. Look, if the Democrats get back in charge again, millions of Americans are going to be rounded up and thrown in jail. Everything that they say Donald Trump is going to do is exactly what they've done and will take to another level if they ever get back in charge.
Well, that is exactly right, Caroline.
My colleague at National Review, Audrey Fahlberg, actually broke this story, Maria. And look, I think what it shows is that the left has a problem with assassination fantasizing. Okay, and the weirdest part about this, I think, was Jay Jones' response to when the text messages were revealed and he got caught. He first said, well, I think this is Trump media trying to smear me. Sir, you wrote those text messages. Nobody manufactured them. And I think the accountability is due. He probably should be disqualified from what he's running for on the basis of these disgusting, hoping that his political opponents are killed, and he should probably pursue another line of work.
So in other words, Cheryl, his first instinct when called out about this was to lie.
Mm-hmm. And then he issues that apology on Friday. What I can't believe is you still have Democrats in the state of Virginia that are behind him. That is what I think is just unbelievable. Yeah. There is no limits on what the type of violence they will call for.
Yeah, it would be a very different scenario if a Republican said something like this. Just like it would have been a very different scenario if a Republican had said what Kamala Harris said on the Rachel Maddow show, which we talked about yesterday, that she wouldn't pick Pete Buttigieg as her running mate because it would be a risk to take a gay man as her partner. So again, it's total hypocrisy. If a Republican said anything close to that, it would be massive calls to step down and shut up and get canceled. Thank you for that, Cheryl.